Screens are quietly hurting your eyes. There is a 20 seconds trick that could save them, but almost nobody does it right. Yeah, you've heard of it. Everyone has. Your optometrist tells you about it every time you go in for an eye checkup. Sounds easy enough, but why does almost everyone mess it up? Every 20 minutes, look at something 20 feet away for 20 seconds. Here's the kicker. You can follow it every day and still get nothing, unless you nail the part nobody talks about. 3 numbers, 1 sentence. Easy, right? But where did this whole rule even come from? An optometrist named Jeffrey Anschel came up with it back in the 90s. Not a big clinical trial, just an observation he kept seeing. The science behind it is older than screens. So what's actually happening inside your eyes when they get tired? Here's what's going on. You're staring at a screen, 20 inches from your face? The tiny muscles around your lens, the ciliary muscles, are clenched the whole time. Any muscle held tight long enough gets tired. Same idea applies to your eye muscles. That tiredness has a name: computer vision syndrome. Symptoms include burning eyes, blurry distance, headaches, dry eyes, stiff neck. When you look far away, those muscles finally let go and relax. Around 20 feet is where your lens fully eases out. That's the magic distance. Okay, so what does a real break actually look like? A proper break does 3 things at once, if done right. 1. Your focusing muscles. The muscles you kept fixated for short range actually relax. Imagine holding a dumbbell out at arm's length for 20 minutes. Now set it down. That instant rush of relief, your whole arm goes light. When you take break from screen, similar release is felt by your eye muscles. 2. You start blinking again. Normal is 15 to 20 times a minute. But relaxing with your phone, tablet, or TV? That's just switching to a different dumbbell immediately without break. Same strain. 3. Your posture shifts, head lifts, neck straightens, shoulders drop. None of that happens if your break is your phone. Now, here's where almost everyone messes it up. 1. Looking at your phone instead. That's not a break. That's just a smaller screen, held even closer. 2. And this one's the most important. Sitting or roaming around your house doesn't really count as a break. 20 feet is way farther than you think. A wall 6 feet away helps a little, but it's not the same thing. Your eyes need real distance to actually rest, not just looking across the room. Without it, the break doesn't really do much. 3. Cutting break short. Most people glance for a moment and call it done. The full 20 seconds break is what actually resets your eyes. 4. Just forgetting or being negligent for taking break. When you're deep in something, you stop tracking time. That's the whole problem. But the bigger question, does any of this actually work? Look, there's actual science behind this. A 2020 study trained office workers to use the rule and tracked their symptoms. Once they followed it, computer vision syndrome scores dropped sharply. Aston University ran their own 2-week trial. Result: less strain, less dryness, less end-of-day fatigue. The rule works when people actually follow it. That's the whole catch. Now, here's the thing. The rule isn't perfect. Now, 20 isn't a magic number. It's the longest you can go before strain starts building up. So if you take a break every 20 minutes, you prevent the strain before it ever builds. Every 30 minutes still works. You'll get most of the benefit. Stretch it to an hour, and that's about the outer limit. Past that, you're not preventing strain anymore. By then, your eyes are already tired. Without something reminding you, sticking to this is honestly hard. That's exactly where limited session comes in. It nudges you when it's time. Every 20, 30, whatever you set. Take the break right now, or snooze a few minutes if you're in the middle of something. Limited session is available on the Mac App Store. Links in the description. At the end of the day, the break has to actually help your eyes. That's all that matters.